Guten Tag, this is Eli. We at TypewriterMinutes have been wondering which German thing best exemplifies the amazing German engineering. The Gutenberg press? The Black Forest cuckoo clock? The accordion? The Autobahn? The Porsche 911? Wait a minute. We forgot an amazing schreibmaschine.
Hello, this is Sam from TypewriterMinutes. Today we're doing a review of a 1967 Olympia SF.
I picked up this machine, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago as part of a package deal. I got two Olivetti Lettera 32s and two Olympia SFs. And when you see the case and when we show you the machine, I think you'll see why. I don't know that you'll be able to find a nicer one. You might be able to find one that is as nice, but it's about the best one I've ever seen. It's a German machine. It's a ultra portable. We'll show you in a few minutes how it compares in size to some other typewriters that we have that are ultra portables. But it's just in really fabulous shape. And before we get started on the features, thought we would show you a couple other SFs that we have, including the one that I bought with this, and just note a couple of the differences. Okay, so these are the two SFs that I picked up as part of the package deal. I didn't check the serial number on that, but they look like they're the same year or very close. The color's the same. The knobs are this kind of aqua teal color. This Olympia has almost like a clear logo on the top. So does that one. This one is Pica. This one is Elite. Just a few differences in the keyboard. This one has a margin release key with 4 dots. This one says MR. And then there's a few other differences, like this one has a 1, dedicated 1 key, exclamation marks over here. This one, exclamations up here, and there's no dedicated 1 key, but otherwise they're pretty much the same. This one has a scuff on the ribbon cover. This one doesn't have any scuffs anywhere, really, no material scuffs. This one's also missing the little clear paper ruler on the back. And then we'll go over this one. This is the second typewriter I ever bought after Sam's 1956 Smith Corona. And they are mechanically the same, but you'll see it's a different color scheme. This one has white keys with the teal shift and plat knobs. This one has gray keys with a little bit darker green on the shift key and gray plat knobs. Otherwise, oh, and the Olympia logo is like a solid gray. So those are the only differences between these machines. I can't remember if that one's Elite or Pica. It's just kind of interesting to see the little bit different color scheme among the models.
It's a basic machine. It doesn't have a tabulator, so if you're looking for one, you're out of luck. And it's a carriage shift.
So it's a little bit heavier on the pinkies than we have a Skywriter that's a little bit lighter on the pinky for a small machine. But the carriage itself isn't that big, so it's really not that bad.
Here's the margin release.
Margin release on that side. What do we have over there?
We have the shift lock, backspace, and we have a dedicated 1 key, but for the exclamation part, it's over here.
It's over here. And then we have ribbon color selector, black, red, and stencil. And like I said, just pretty basic. They keep these machines small and basic to keep them lightweight, because that's what made them ultra portables. The ribbon cover just pops off. These posts on each side fit into these rubber grommets. Sometimes these are hard and worn out. These actually feel like they're brand new. I mean, this machine just looks like it came out of a time machine. All right, if we take a closer look here, there is a touch control. It's this little lever right here. There's a plus and a minus. You toggle it this way or that to make it easier or harder for touch typing. Let's see, the ribbon spools have these little tension things to keep the ribbon in place, like most machines. This does not require eyelets for ribbon reverse. It does have an automatic ribbon reverse, but it's a tension-based system, so you don't need eyelets. And I don't believe there's a manual ribbon reverse lever. If you want to do manual ribbon reverse, you just have to push here or push there. And that's about it. It's got a cool little deluxe logo there in the middle. We'll zoom in. And we just put in a new black and red ribbon, and we'll show you the typing tests in a few minutes. That's it for under the hood. And we'll just put the ribbon cover back on. By the way, the return handle goes down like this for storing it in the case. And we keep bubble wrap around this when we put it in the case, because most Olympia, or a lot of Olympia SFs, maybe most of them, have paint scratches right here, or paint chips, where this has hit the ribbon cover when it was in the case. So if you get one of these, keep some bubble wrap with you handy and keep it in the case. That way you can protect that when you're not using the machine.
You'll notice that on the clear card guides, there are these little holes there. You can put a pencil in and then use the carriage to shift it and create a horizontal line on your paper.
Or a vertical line if you twist the knob, and we'll show you that after the type test maybe.
Here's the paper bail.
And then what do we have over here?
We have the carriage release.
And there's, how many are there on the machine?
There's only one on this side. There isn't one on that side.
So a lot of the ultra portables, I guess, I don't know, the space saving or weight saving feature, they just have it on one side. What do we have here?
We have the paper release lever.
So if your paper's crooked when you get it in, just lift it up and scooch it.
And here's the switch blade lever, which pops up the paper support.
So that's kind of cool. Doink. Try it again. Doink. All right, let's look at the back of the machine. A lot of times these are scuffed on the back, and like I said, this thing really is mint. I don't say mint very often, but it's just really nice. No scuffs. All right, we'll come over here. Not much going on over on this side. There is right here, this little lever, if you'll zoom in, that's the carriage lock. And when I pull that, you'll see it locks into place, and you'll see a little guy right there that toggles. See that guy? When I'm doing the lever, that's what locks it into place. So if it's over here, flip it down, and as the carriage comes this way, doink, it locks into that hole. And that way you're nice and centered when you put it in the case. All right, what do we have over here?
We have the line spacing lever for single, 1.5, and double line spacing.
So 1, 1.5, and 2.
And if we push it all the way to that red dot,
Push that lever all the way that way. Releases the clicks so that you can put it on whatever line you want on the page for typing, and then when you're done, just bring it back. That's it for the features. We'll do a type test next. Actually, hold the camera. We're going to show you the bottom of the machine. It has little white rubber feet on the bottom. I haven't cleaned them, but they're actually still soft. A lot of times the rubber feet on these things are hard as a rock. These are still soft and grippy. And you'll see even the bottom of the case looks good, or the bottom of the machine looks good. No real meaningful scuffs or scratches. Okay, we'll be right back for the type test.
Now time for the type test, but my executive producer forgot something.
So these little sliding levers on the back are the left and right margin adjustments. You push and slide, and when you push and slide those, if you'll zoom in up here, you'll see these little red arrows moving left and right. And so you can see on the sliding scale where your margins are set. So we'll put that on 5, and I don't know, 70. Now we'll do the type test. By the way, the platen on this is still soft and supple, and it's like that on all 3 of our Olympia SFs. So either they all had their platens replaced at one point, or more likely Olympia just put really long-lasting rubber in these things. So let's get rid of the lazy Susan, and we'll start with the black setting. There's the line lock, so margin release. The keys have a nice bouncy feel to them. I've read some online comments where some people just don't like the touch of the Olympia SFs, and I think they might be hunt and peckers who just don't like the springy feel of the keys. I honestly don't understand that. I know everybody likes different types of typewriters and typing feels, but I really like the feeling of this, at least from a touch typist's perspective. And now we'll switch to the red setting. Oh, I already did now. Now we'll do it again. Line lock, margin release. So now, one more time. Doggle. Not the doggles, dogs. So let's zoom in on the typeface if you would. You'll see it's a nice big pica typeface, very easy to read, nice clear, clean imprint. And we'll do an alignment test on the fly. Let's zoom in there. Sorry about the shadows. That looks pretty good. Come over on this side. That looks pretty good as well. So I think they're really nice touch typing machines, and for portability, they're a little bit heavier than some other machines that we have, and we'll show you that here in just a sec.
Next, let's take a good look at the case.
So it has a little leatherette or leather, I'm not sure which, carrying case. I haven't cleaned it yet, but it was pretty darn clean when I got it. I've never seen this on an Olympia. It still has this original tag, which I can't read since I don't speak German. Oh, there it says, always open, zip completely. Surprised they thought they would need to tell people that. But anyway, kind of neat that it has this original tag on it. The zipper's still in excellent shape. Nice and bright, white, clean on the inside. Still has the original owner's manual, which is always kind of cool. And like I said, the zipper still works on older cases like this. These are the things you really have to be careful with because they have a tendency to rip the fabric when they get that old. So you have to very gingerly open and close the zipper. And like it says, make sure to always zip open completely. Okay, here's some other ultra portables that we can compare in size. The smallest typewriter I had was a Hermes Rocket, which I gave to a friend who was moving to Switzerland. That was the smallest, but these are the next three smallest that we have. And you'll see the Olympia SF is a little bit lower profile than this Brother Webster. The Brother Charger 11 isn't quite as tall, probably about the same height as that, but it's a little bit shorter than the Brother Webster, roughly the same height as this Tower Chieftain 2, which is a rebranded Skywriter. This is the heaviest of the three. The Germans really have some solid metal engineering in there because it's pretty hefty for such a small little typewriter.
Finally, here's the Olympia SF next to some larger models.
So these are the bigger brothers. We got a wide carriage SM9 over there. And here's an Olympia SM8. These are roughly the same vintage. You could tell they're roughly the same age because they went to this design. I don't know what they call it. It's more of a, it's not space age, but more angular than the earlier SM3s and SM5s. So it's basically, it kind of looks like the same machine, same colors, just smaller and lighter.
Now it's time for some pros and cons. Some pros include the precision German engineering.
I just love the listen to the platinum turn. So precise.
The de-jamming key, which is also the margin release button.
You know, forgot to show that earlier. If you get some keys that jam, just push the margin release button and then boink, they pop back and zoom in there.
Its minty body and case, original tag on the case, the bouncy typing action, the cool color scheme and styling, the soft platinum, and the soft rubber grommets on the ribbon cover and the soft feet.
Okay, for cons, there's no tabulator. Not a big deal if you don't use tabs much like me. The carriage return arm can scratch the cover if you're not careful, so remember, just keep some bubble wrap on that when it's in the case. And then we had to stretch here because we really like this machine. I guess if you're used to having the exclamation mark over here, might be a little annoying to have it over there, but...
And the plus sign, which is usually right there, is right there.
So a little different, but you'll get used to it. Other than that, can't really think of any negatives. We really like this typer. It's heavy for a small ultra portable, but that's because the dang thing is so solid.
Thanks for watching. This is Typewriter Minutes. Be sure to share, link, like, and subscribe. Bye.
Ooh. Ah.
Auf Wiedersehen!